Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where it's time for a little bit of bubbly. Lost in the Midcard, we are back. Some technical issues. I actually decided to reformat my computer completely because I was getting tired of everything that was happening to it. So, started fresh. It's running like a charm now. Just in time for the end of SmackDown that we watched. The run of MSG is now over for this week as we head to Clash of Champions. And we will preview that card for the pay-per-view this Sunday. We will give our thoughts on what happened at All Out since we were preempted due to technical issues last week. So we'll give our thoughts on what happened and thoughts going forward to kick off the show. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you have to do is search for Lost in the Midcard and hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way every Wednesday. And we have made the executive decision to stay on Wednesdays, even though AEW and NXT are kicking off Wednesdays. NXT starting next week, AEW 2 weeks later. Schedule-wise, it just works better for us to record on Tuesdays. So unfortunately, we'll be talking about AEW and NXT 6 days later. But hey, we're talking about All Out about 10, 12 days later. So hey, you know, it is what it is. It's still going to be fun to talk about. We still got a lot to talk about. We're going to keep going on Wednesdays for publishing the show like we have been. So Spotify, iTunes, also on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/lostinthemidcard. And also on our Twitter at LATMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
As long as Fire and Desire win those tag team titles on Sunday, I'm going to be doing all right.
Well, I guess we all know who Matt's predicting here. Yeah, I don't know who's. That's a tough one. I don't have a strong lean on that.
I would have felt a lot more iffy if Mandy would have beat Nikki tonight. But
yeah,
Nikki picked up that win, said to me, "We're getting a title change, baby."
Yeah, but that doesn't always mean it's always that they always do the booking 101 because I still think somebody else is going to win. Granted, though, they got the upper hand tonight. We'll get into that with our predictions at the end of the show.
I think I know what you're talking about, and and I definitely have my thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens on that at the end of the show. As always,
you're talking about Kofi and Orton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my thoughts on that.
As always, he is on the Twitter at No One Like D, Mr. Daryl Bullock, happy because the Eagles avoided an embarrassing loss to the Redskins. So he's in a good mood. D, how's it going?
First of all, we didn't avoid them. We just were rusty. I'm good otherwise.
Deshaun Jackson sure as hell ain't rusty. Like he's back home.
Absolutely where he should be. Wish I could say the same for AB. Fucking idiot.
Oh boy, that story. Another chapter as SmackDown was on the air. AB rape allegations now.
Guilty.
No means no.
30 for 30 AB is going to be a fun one. And that's just in the past, 3 months. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, I wonder if he plays on Sunday. Because they don't really need him against the Dolphins, because look what Lamar Jackson did to him.
Wow.
He ain't lasting the season up there.
He'll be fine.
Belichick's gonna kick him to the curb so fucking fast.
No, he's not.
Belichick.
Because you forgot what who the owner is.
Robert Rigged Kraft.
Yep.
You'll just throw some dollars in Goodell's pocket, right?
Robert Happy Ending at Kraft.
Yeah. Happy ending. AEW All Out happened on August 31st, about 11 days ago from the Sears Center, Chicago, Illinois. we got some discussion, I guess, to talk about this. I'm sure we have some different opinions on stuff. And before we go match by match, let's talk overall. It was a fun night, but it definitely did not eclipse Double or Nothing, Matt. It was a step down from Double or Nothing. You would probably agree with that, wouldn't you?
No, it was absolutely a step down from Double or Nothing, and it had everything to do with the creative aspect of the company and not the actual in-ring product itself.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I saw why some wins. I could make sense on some of the wins. You know, Tully leaving ringside, so I could see how Cody got the advantage there when Double A came out, and you know, I said it before on our preview show. I could see both sides to having Jericho win the title and Page win the title. So we can get into all that. What were your thoughts overall, Daryl?
Similar to you guys. It just, I mean, I was looking so much forward to it, but it kind of disappointed me a little bit. I mean, I had a feeling that Jericho was going to win. I know why he was going to win. It is what it is, but just certain things just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm talking more so production wise for me. A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, if Jericho wouldn't have won, we wouldn't have got that little bit of bubbly, guys.
Yeah,
That sure took over the internet, didn't it?
sure did.
As did Jericho losing his title. We'll get into that in a little later. The casino women's
That was also probably due to a little bit of the bubbly.
possibly. Casino women's battle royale started off the buy-in. Nyla Rose was among the first competitors with Britt Baker. Lots of women in this match. Tenille Dashwood even showing up. Evilise made her debut. You got Awesome Kong, Brandy Rhodes, Bea Presley. We're all in there. Teal Piper, Roddy Piper's daughter. Allie, Jazz, ODB. Big pop from the Chicago crowd for ODB. And some sad news, ODB lost her food truck to a fire recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that freaking sucks.
We'll get into that a little later on with the in our headlines, but looks like she's going to rebuild and get back on the road very soon. Mercedes Martinez came out to a huge pop, and the final four turned out to be Mercedes, Nyla Rose, Bea Presley, and Allie. And with Nyla Rose getting the win, what did you guys think of Nia getting the win on this one? Taking on Riho on October 2nd in the first edition of TV. It's not a pay-per-view selling match between those two people, but what do you think of the matchup for the women's title?
I'm cool with it. I mean, I can't complain about it, considering that you're trying to, show off your young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And especially Nyla Rose is from DC, so.
To me, it's very anticlimactic when you've had Nyla lose every single match she's been in until now, and now all of a sudden we're supposed to take her as a credible person to be the first AEW Women's Champion. In a company where wins and losses are supposed to matter, it kind of really defeats the purpose there. And she's a heel, and you're putting a heel in a hometown favorite situation on October 2nd. Doesn't make a whole lot of creative sense. And so began my problems with the show from the very beginning.
Yeah. It was kind of weird. Like Tenille was barely in the match. I'm guessing probably because she's not signed. Is that probably what dictated some of those appearances based on how long, if they're signed or not, possibly?
They had to fill out the Battle Royal. They don't have 21 women on their roster.
Yeah. But, I mean, the fact that she wasn't in that... Tenille was hardly in the match, hardly at all, which was a surprise. I figured she'd be in the match
She's
a little.
She's still with Impact right now, though. So until her Impact deal's up, which I'm hearing is the end of October.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to give her a big feature when she's going to be on someone else's television, over the next several weeks. That, to me, it just made sense that she wasn't heavily featured. Get her out of Impact at the end of October, sign her with AEW, then push her then. But don't push her right now.
Also in the buy-in, Private Party took on Jack Evans and Angelico. That was a hell of a match. That Hurricane Rana into a cutter was just insane. Private Party getting the win here as they are now moving on to take on. Looking forward to taking on the Young Bucks in the first round of the tag team tournament coming up soon. Let me get to the main show. SCU took on the Jurassic Express. Another fun opening match. It'll be interesting to see how the Jurassic Express and SCU fare in the tag tournament. You could probably see one of these teams going pretty far in that tournament, don't you think?
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah.
And AEW teased which trio do you want the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy to take on next, and everybody's saying SCU. So I bet we get that 6-man tag next. Second on the main card was Omega Pac. Were you surprised at the placement of this match?
Not after I saw the result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hell of a match. Probably the best match of the night. What did you think of that result? Omega. What do you think of this whole Omega kind of starting off losing in AEW thing?
I like it.
Oh, I hate it.
It shows he's not perfect.
And I'll tell you why it's terrible. For the exact same reason that they're putting the World Championship on Chris Jericho to attract all these new viewers that they claim that they don't have. Here's the problem. You bring in all these new viewers in over the last several months. Everybody's heard how great the great Kenny Omega is, but maybe they've never seen him before. And he just lost to a guy whose main highlight of his WWE run was being the 205 Live Cruiserweight Champion. Bad fucking move, Tony Khan. Bad fucking move. Y'all done fucking up. You keep fucking up. And y'all need to get your fucking reality check in place before October 2nd. Because you guys, this isn't going to be a cakewalk. You're going up against NXT, we've already seen NXT knows how to book. So y'all better put your big boy pants on and fucking come prepared. Or it's going to be a mollywop, and you guys ain't going to like it by the end of this calendar year.
He said mollywop.
Damn fucking right I said fucking mollywop. That's what's going to fucking happen if they don't fucking get their shit together.
Yeah, I don't know. I see again. I see what every part of every win they had. Pac win, obviously to set up the feud with Hangman because he interrupted Hangman's press conference after he had lost the title match. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I guess to me it's not as of a catastrophic deal having Pac beat Omega, having Omega being human.
Omega has lost to WWE mainstays in the last 4 months. How does that make him look to the average wrestling fan who's never seen him work before?
What do you think about it, Daryl?
Man, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, but you look at it on the other side of the fence too. They don't want to come in with Kenny, the Bucks, and Cody as executive vice presidents, just winning all the time.
Oh,
So-
we're sure as fuck letting Cody win all the time though.
You remember Cody? Not really.
Who? I'd much rather have Omega winning all the time over Cody.
Cody hasn't won all the time though. He lost a tag match against the Bucks, and he went to a draw with Darby.
Yeah.
Everything about it. All the executive vice presidents have lost.
I don't think
every match that has been super important for Cody, he has won.
Yeah, but I don't think he's beating Jericho. I think it's gonna be Hangman eventually.
Nah, he's not beating Jericho at all.
No, and going into Hangman, I mean, I think it's perfect that they give the chase instead of just putting it on Hangman. I think it makes it a little more interesting. and we'll get into that once we get to the title match. But Pac getting
I
the win.
hate that title match, by the way.
Cracker Barrel Clash, Janela Allen and Havoc. That
Best
was
match of the night
that was fun, wasn't it? That back body drop.
You think that was the match of the night?
for me. Yes.
I
Oh,
thought,
man, I got 2 matches I'd put in front of that.
I think my best match of the night would have been Omega Pac, but
It was either Omega
the
Pac
ladder
or
match.
the ladder match. Yeah.
Those
And
dudes
that
almost
comes from
died in
somebody.
that fucking ladder.
That comes from somebody who wasn't even looking forward to the ladder match.
yeah, you weren't. You were tired of that feud.
Yeah,
well, it's done now. It's done now.
Yeah, it's totally done now. But yeah, that I would say that or either Pac or Omega were
Honestly,
match of the show.
that ladder match was probably the Bucks' sloppiest match I've ever seen.
Well, they were
Serious.
probably because they got fucking hurt the entire match.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
man.
saying. That was probably their sloppiest match I've seen. Period. In their career.
I thought it was good shit, pal.
That backdrop from Allen with the Cracker Barrel on his back, that was pretty fucking insane.
Dude, you skipped over that whole thing when they caught Jimmy in that damn chair.
Oh yeah, they put thumbtacks in his mouth and then taped his mouth shut.
And then Darby did a fucking somersault on his ass.
Oh man. Oh, the funniest part was when Janela got the tennis racket out. A little shot at Cornette. Ah, fuck it, I ain't using this thing. I was surprised that Havoc got the win here. I figured.
I thought Darby would get it.
I could see in either Janela.
Darby needed this bad.
Right.
And like I said, we're going for another freaking another bad creative finish here. That Darby absolutely needed this win.
But that's
And they gave it to they literally took the worst possible person of the 3 to give the win to, and they gave it to him.
Yeah.
It should have been Darby, Janela, Havoc in that order.
Yep.
And you fucking gave it to fucking Jimmy Havoc. Like, come the fuck on. Like, yeah, okay, he's fucking dumb enough that he's gonna let you put fucking thumbtacks in his mouth and tape his mouth shut. That doesn't mean he deserves to win the fucking match because he's a moron. Like, jeez. Like, seriously, like, the booking on this show made me want to take my head and slam it through a wall.
Certain things I understood, but certain things I wouldn't have done as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Bucks. Well, I'll let you finish.
One of my favorite spots was Allen getting the spike skateboard and doing an ollie.
Yeah.
That was pretty. Tony Hawk loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Order against the Best Friends, and like I said, I thought the winner of this match, who's getting a bye, is going to be the team that's going to lose their next round in the tournament, and I was right. Dark Order won. The Minions attacked, and the lights went out, and my boy Orange Cassidy came to help the Best Friends. So, man, they are sure teasing trios tag titles down the road, aren't they? With all these teams of 3.
Stables.
I wonder if we're going to get 6-man tags in AEW.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they got him in New Japan and Ring of Honor.
Haruka Shida and Riho, they had a hell of a match, I thought, and I thought the right person went over here. If we're more familiar with Riho than we are with Shida, and so I don't, at least Nyla Rose against Riho is a more enticing match to me than Shida. Don't you guys agree?
I agree.
Sean Spears, Cody Rhodes. This match started out like a ball on fire. Cody coming out, little Star Trek theme. Diamond Dallas Page, Brandy Rhodes, Pharaoh, MJF, and Cody chose MJF to be down by his side. This was one of my favorite matches in terms of energy, just the energy and the pace of the match. Cody just starting out, just beating the shit out of him. And, of course, Double A putting that spine buster in there, man. That was a hell of a spot. I like the match. And like I said, I could see I see Cody winning as the fact that Tully was distracted by Arn and left ringside, so Spears was all by himself without his manager. That could be the reason that Cody got the win there. And then MJF once again we're like, oh, is this the heel turn? And not quite yet, but it looked like he was going to clock Cody with the chair, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. What the fuck was he out there for if he's gonna get beat up by Tully Blanchard's old ass?
Yeah.
As soon as he was the guy they picked, I'm like, well, I said out loud, well, at least Spears is going to win this match as he should, because MJF's going to turn on Cody. Nope! We're going to save the MJF turn for Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck off already. It just so fucking dumb. Like, Cody did not need this win.
No, he didn't.
At all. And isn't Sean Spears facing John Moxley on like the second week of AEW TV now?
Yep.
So he's gonna lose again.
Yeah.
He's not gonna beat Moxley.
Not ahead of Full Gear, no.
So all this great build,
hand.
Dude. Yeah, but see, and that's the problem. All the great build that they just did for this dude in the last month to establish him as something more important than WWE ever gave to him was ruined in one night, and will be even further buried into the freaking brains of everybody watching at home when he can't beat another WWE guy in John Moxley. Like, they literally had lightning in a bottle with Spears, and they just opened the lid and let it out. Like, seriously, they are making WWE levels of boneheaded decisions already, and they're not even on TV yet. It scares the hell out of me. I'm very, very worried about AEW right now. I really, really am. Especially since the buck stops with Tony Khan. Because if this is his vision, Double or Nothing was great. Fyter Fest was fun. What was that? The Fight for the Fallen was okay. It was okay. And then we get to All Out, which had great wrestling and some of the worst creative booking decisions I've ever seen. And that scares the holy hell out of me going into their television, especially when they're going to go head to head with NXT. They can't afford to make mistakes like this. They just can't. I'm worried, man, because dude, I've done nothing but sing the praises for this company all year. I want nothing more than this company to be, the greatest thing since sliced bread. But All Out scared the holy hell out of me, and I'm a little nervous as to what that means going forward for this company. I really hope they get it together in time for October 2nd, because if not, they're going to hear it from me.
They're already hearing it from you.
Well, no, I will be very vocal on social media if they drop the ball on October 2nd. Because honestly, I've already told Daryl this, and I don't mind saying this out loud. Look, Full Gear's in Baltimore.
Yep.
And had they announced that a month ago, I'd probably already have my tickets there. Yep. But they announced that after, I had to sit through All Out, or they announced it during All Out when I was already pissed off.
I mean, I'm going to StarCast, so they count on my money for that.
Yeah, but they're not getting that money. You're giving that money to Conrad.
Yeah, I support.
It's fine. But here's the thing. If I go October 2nd, me and you, Daryl, and your friends, we put our hard-earned money down to freaking go see the show. If I leave disappointed, what makes me think for 1 second that I want to go put down another lump sum to go see them again in Baltimore a month later? Like,
you're absolutely correct.
They need best foot forward on October 2nd. This needs to be a Double or Nothing level show on October 2nd to freaking, show everybody right out of the gate what AEW is all about. We can't have any of this all-out creative snafu bullshit.
So what do we have?
On the 31st.
What do we have so far? Kenny and the Bucks against.
We've got Kenny and the Bucks against Jericho and most likely LAX. We have the Nyla Rose and Riho for the women's title, and we have Cody versus the Panda Jobber.
Sammy Guevara.
I knew his name. I just didn't want to say it.
The Panda Jobber.
The Panda Jobber.
And yeah, and that's all we know for as far as our show. I don't think there's anything else officially announced for DC. So, I mean, look, let me just be perfectly honest. On paper, besides the 6-man, not overly thrilled with the card we're getting at the moment. But that doesn't mean that the show can't still deliver and be an awesome show. So...
Shit, it don't matter to me. I'm going to be fucked up anyway.
Damn it, Daryl, you drunk son of a bitch.
What?
Hey, it's my birthday, dude.
What?
I know it's your damn birthday.
I think you said damn birthday. It almost sounded like I think you're saying it's Panda birthday. I was like, oh, what?
Panda.
Next up, Escalar de la Muerte ladder match for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. The Lucha Brothers taking on the Young Bucks. And speaking of scaring you, these guys sure scared the hell out of us a couple times, especially when Nick tripped on the ropes, crashing through that table.
Yeah, I swear I thought he was going to hit his head.
I mean, they decided to turn it up to 11, didn't they?
That's an understatement.
But hey, Matt, you got your wish. Feud's over. Lucha Brothers win, and
they had to win. Yeah. They're not gonna keep the AAA titles on television.
What'd you guys think of the debut of Santana and Ortiz?
I was happy.
That was a good debut, wasn't it?
Very happy.
I'm kind of hoping they're not the mystery partners because
not anymore. Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah. By putting them out there, it kind of just like really, it's just we already know you're here now.
Yeah,
that's not really a surprise anymore. Everybody's expecting you guys to be Jericho's partners now. So I'm hoping they make you think we're going with LAX, but we get something completely different. Like I don't know what they're gonna do.
And speaking of next pay-per-view, Full Gear, November 9th in Baltimore. How about that? A pay-per-view called Full Gear. For us that follow Being the Elite, that's kind of funny. If you don't watch Being the Elite, then it just makes no sense to you.
Yeah, it's kind of a terrible name, to be honest.
Yeah, it's no Great Balls of Fire.
It's close.
Main event. Look at that. Hangman Page doing some cowboy shit. Came out on a horse. What'd you think of that entrance?
Well, at least they didn't throw pyro up in the horse's face like they did freaking Pharaoh.
Well, yeah, they scared the shit out of him.
Idiots.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the main event of All Out?
They could have kept it.
I mean, I enjoyed the match. I didn't like the finish. I get why they feel like they needed to do it, but there were so many other challenges they could have lined up for Hangman for Full Gear, but they haven't built their babyface side of their roster good enough. So by putting the title on Jericho, you look at the win in a company that wins and losses are supposed to matter, and you have to look up and down your fucking roster. You literally booked yourself into a corner where you had no choice but to put Cody in the match against Jericho,
who's 1-1-1.
Yep.
Who, if you would have freaking taken,
but you notice how they do singles.
Page, they could have done Page and Pac.
Yeah.
For the title at Full Gear.
Oh yeah, easily.
Pac beat Omega, big win. Page beat Jericho. That would have been a great main event for Full Gear.
Yeah.
But no. We had to put the title on Jericho. Yum, 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 yum.
They had to get some bubbly.
Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I love the bubbly memes. Some of the best shit to happen to wrestling.
Brock Lesnar's theme.
Community in a very long time. Dude, my friend made that. My friend... Not
bubbly.
You, JB, but another JB actually made that video.
Oh, the dude from Supercard?
Yeah. I mean, that's hilarious.
That was my favorite one of them all. Was the Brock Lesnar theme. Yeah, and like I said, I could see when we did predictions, I could see both sides of the coin. Putting a world-renowned superstar in Jericho as your first champion makes a lot of sense. To me, it makes a lot of sense. But you are correct with the babyface thing. But they booked themselves into a corner. If Kenny would have won, he would have been 2-1. It's weird. They do separate out singles from tags, so I guess you could say Cody's 1-0-1. In singles competition, but hey, you still got the training wheels on the company. Can't take the training wheels off just yet. You gotta, but they'll figure it out hopefully. Gotta learn from your mistakes, right? Can't just.
True shit.
I mean, NXT sure hell it wasn't what they were today when they started. So I mean, give it time. It's a whole new team working together. What did you guys think of the timing? Was it a long show, too long of a show, or just right? Or
I think it was just right.
Hmm.
They actually went over what they did for the other pay-per-views.
Yeah, and it was about a 5-hour show with the buy-in. So, but
I didn't think the match. I didn't think the length of the show was a problem.
yeah. Well, I think we all know what you thought what the problem was.
I mean, I get the fact that they're not going to always give us what we want as far as booking is concerned. But I just think the timing with their show coming on with certain things that they did wasn't correct. I just think they could have did a little better with certain things.
Yeah. And then the road to TNT started up with not really much to talk about on the road. It was a lot of recaps from All Out. About the only real announcement was was there even I don't even know if there was really much of an announcement. I mean, a lot of didn't that seem like to you that the road to TNT really was just an All Out recap?
Yep. I think they're running out of content.
I don't know about they're running out of content, but yeah, that was just an odd thing there. And then
Babe, I love you. I gotta get some work done.
Being the Elite, episode 169. What's wrong with Kenny? Is Kenny turning into the lunatic lush? I don't know. Braden Cutler had to deal with Arthur and Trevor and I guess their new best friend MJF. MJF's going to go take Arthur and Trevor to make fun of the poor people at Applebee's. Bucks talk about being banged up after that ladder match with the Lucha Brothers. Yeah, no kidding. They're still kind of feeling it. About a little over a week later. I would too after some of those spots. Jesus. So what do you guys think of the Kenny Omega thing?
I mean, it's cool.
He's losing it.
Yeah, it's cool. I just want to see where it goes.
Jim Ross took some time out of grilling in his backyard to tell us that they are heading to Nashville on November 13th for television.
By God.
And Kenny Omega looked like he was at a wedding and half cocked. I don't think Kenny drinks though. Even does he?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Do you think at this point he beats Moxley at Full Gear? I think he does. I think he has to, but there's a lot of has tos at All Out. So
True.
Dude, if they let Moxley beat Omega, I might fucking just lose my damn mind.
He's gonna scream.
Oh, fucking Tony Khan.
look at this. He's already turned on Tony. He went from fucking Vince to fucking Tony Khan. Didn't take long.
Well, all it takes is one terribly booked show, and I can be upset with somebody. Fuck both Vince and Tony Khan right now. Somebody needs to fucking give me a fucking logical wrestling product that makes fucking sense.
Impact. Oh, wait.
Shut up.
The day after Jericho won his AEW World Championship, he lost it. What a story that was. He was apparently... it was apparently in a bag in the limo, and then incorrect luggage came back from the airport while Jericho was eating at Longhorn Steakhouse. Okay, and then the story just keeps getting weirder and weirder as it didn't take long for the belt to resurface. About a few days later, the Tallahassee PD, posing with the belt, case solved. That was on the 4th, so about 3 days after Jericho had lost it. And as it turned out, it was found on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
What the hell is?
I'll tell. Look, there's a really good theory to how this happened.
Okay.
Bubbly Jericho was very much bubbly.
Oh, and there's a shirt now you can buy. A little bit of the bubbly.
When he got into the limo, he left the AEW Championship on the roof of the limo like a dummy. And while driving down the highway, it
Dummy!
fell off.
Yeah.
Tell me that you couldn't see that happen.
I can honestly, yes, see that happen. The Tallahassee Democrat featured an interview with Frank Price, who found Jericho's belt sitting in the middle of a turn lane on Highway 20. He said they retrieved the scuffed bag, later opening it, discovering the title belt after taking pictures of the belt, which they thought was a replica. He was made aware of the attention given to the lost belt and contacted authorities, brought the belt in, and the police department ran into the owner of the limo company that Jericho used, gave him a $200 reward for returning the belt, and, well, crisis averted for October 2nd, right, guys?
Yes, my birthday will be great.
I can't. What a story,
because they found the
man.
belt.
He's never going to let us live down the fact that it's his birthday.
Nope.
Every week for the next couple weeks, it's gonna be like Darius will be like, October 2nd is my birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my birthday, right?
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
I like Matt.
Yup.
I like Matt's theory, though. I think drunk Jericho left it on the roof of the limo. Yep.
Goddamn bubble.
Because if not, why the hell would it have ended up on the side of the road like that?
Somebody wouldn't have just thrown it. No, somebody wouldn't have taken it and then thrown it.
And then thrown it out, not thrown it out on the side of the road. Like that doesn't even make any sense.
No.
Like the fact that it was still in its velvet bag, it was just he threw it up on the fucking top of the limo, was too drunk to fucking remember that he did, and they pulled off. And it's heavy, but it's not that heavy, and you make the wrong turn on the highway, and it's gonna fly off.
Yep.
He's just lucky somebody was nice enough the person that was nice enough to found it to actually turned it in.
Yeah.
Because there's other people out there that just would have kept the son of a bitch.
I would have.
See?
I wonder how much that belt's worth, by the way.
I heard it was insured for about $30,000.
$1 million.
They have announced that StarCast is returning November 7th through the 10th, Baltimore, Maryland, StarCast 4. You guys going to partake in some StarCast stuff?
Yeah, so Matt can see me go back and forth with MJF.
Oh.
Does this mean I finally get to go to Jimmy's?
We need a video of this.
Depends on the day, man.
What's Jimmy's?
Jimmy's Famous Seafood,
Ooh.
which apparently is taking part in StarCast 4.
Oh.
Yes, they're the sponsor.
Yeah, so, does this mean finally, after all this time, all this begging, am I finally going to get to experience Jimmy's Famous Seafood in November?
Matt wants
Is this finally going to happen?
It's a possibility. Is it going to be at Jimmy's?
I know there's some events that are taking place at Jimmy's. I'm almost positive.
I think that the shows are doing. I think they're doing the little forums that they do at Jimmy, possibly.
on. I have the email.
I got the email. I just ain't read. The only thing I did was look at the ticket prices.
Have they announced many details of that yet, or?
They got the prices set for most of it.
Yeah, they say the event is starting Thursday at Jimmy's Seafood and ending Sunday at Jimmy's Seafood. So
I wonder.
Will Matt finally get to go to Jimmy's?
I know, right?
Dun dun dun.
It's an important question that inquirer minds.
I
wanna
don't
know.
think, but I think Starcast is going to be at one of the hotels. To be honest with you.
Well, as long as it's close by.
Yeah, it's one of the hotels. Like if it's going to be at Royal Farms, Jimmy's is probably like 15, 20 minutes from Royal Farms.
That's not too bad.
Did you guys get a peek at the AEW Women's World Championship?
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed it All Out, dude.
Yeah, they did show it out.
What do you got? You guys like that belt too? Pretty fancy.
I thought it was cool. Yeah, I wouldn't say I like it as much as the men's world title, but I still think it looks pretty cool.
First match that was announced for Full Gear on November 9th, Moxley and Omega, as we previously mentioned. And that'll happen in Baltimore, Maryland. Tickets go on sale, already on sale, actually, this past Friday. A little bit of ratings to talk about. Steve Austin's, Straight Up Steve Austin, a great show. Becky Lynch, the man, was on there, and that put the show back up over 1 million viewers. This week, I believe Fluffy was on there, wasn't it? Gabriel Iglesias?
Yep.
Fluffy! I've not seen Fluffy. I've not seen that episode yet, but
it was great.
The everyone's been great so far. I watched the Baker one and the Becky one last week, and that was a pretty good one with the man. Austin sold that stunner pretty damn good, didn't he? Speaking of selling some stunners, we'll talk about that later on too. What do you think about Ric Flair being upset that the WWE is using the man for Becky Lynch and wants to be paid?
He must be broke.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You just now realizing that?
Two of my Becky Lynch shirts came in the mail today. I got the what was it, the $12 deal or whatever. I got the mugshot shirt and then a man shirt. It's like it says the man. It's got kind of a animated drawing of her below it or whatever. It's hard to explain, but I got the mugshot shirt though. I like that one. I like that one compared to Vince's. Vince's face. Oh boy. But yeah, I don't know about Flair trademarking the man. Good luck, right?
It's just
Yeah.
dumb.
First of all, Ric Flair didn't create the man thing. That's just universal.
Yeah.
So he needs to chill out.
Yeah, I'm the man. There's no way you can trademark something like that. It's
Right. Now,
it's so
Now,
ambiguous.
if it was the woo, then I can see.
Yes, exactly.
But the man, you can't trademark that when that shit's been used when it comes to people call the police the man. You know what I mean? That's dating back to the 70s. It could be anything.
NXT starting up on the USA Network starting next week live, but it's a 2-hour show. But the first 2 hours will not be on USA the first couple of weeks because they still have Suits on there. So the first hour will be on USA live, and then the second hour will be on the WWE Network live, which is so weird that they didn't think about that. Or maybe they did, and they just said, "Hey, screw it," you know.
Screw it.
More people will go buy the network, right? Hey, all right.
Whatever.
Announced for next week's episode, Roddy Strong taking on the Velveteen Dream for the North American title. and a triple threat match with Mia Yim, Bianca Belair, and Io Shirai. The winner is the top contender for Shayna Baszler's Women's Championship, and I hope it's Io Shirai because I love her as a heel now. And even though it's heel versus heel, I wouldn't mind Io taking the title off of Shayna. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Nope.
WWE announced 5 days ago on September 5th that Jorge Bali signed a contract with the WWE. You may not know that name.
Who?
You may not know that name, but you may know him as Hijo de la Fantasma or King Cuerno in Lucha Underground.
Oh.
He has signed an NXT deal and has reported to the Performance Center. This dude is a great talent. Had a lot of fun watching him in Lucha Underground. Good deal for NXT to get that guy. Then the main event for Full Gear was announced a few days ago. We already talked about it. Jericho versus Cody is going to headline that. Yeah, so Full Gear went on sale Friday, right? Last week?
Yes.
It's not sold out yet?
Probably so.
It's not sold out.
Fucking with the goddamn Ticketmaster.
It's not sold out.
I wouldn't have gotten it. Even if I decided that I wanted to go, I had to be there, I still wouldn't have got my ticket on Friday. Because Ticketmaster, you fucking suck.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking slap dicks.
Charge $12 per ticket just for shits and giggles.
I mean, that, and then you try to click on shit for tickets, and sorry, but another person has selected your tickets already. Go find something else.
Ricochet recently did a Q&A with Sports Illustrated talking about a lot of subjects. He cleared up one regarding his girlfriend, Casey Catanzaro, disputing reports that she's leaving the company or retiring, and he said she's still with the company, not retired. She's not injured. It's a tough sport. We're all hurting, but there's nothing wrong with her. So, there you go. Kill those rumors. As I mentioned earlier in the show, ODB's food truck burnt down. She woke up the other day to find the truck on fire. Been operating her food truck since 2017. Even had it outside of StarCast during All Out weekend. But it sounds like she's going to get a new one built soon and be back on the road for her meet and greets.
So is this separate to meet her and her boobs?
Well, she spells meet and greets MEAT, so take that as.
Oh, okay. I got some meat for you.
Hey, bam! Tommaso Ciampa provided an update 6 months ago since neck surgery, and posts the quote: "We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was. Better, faster, stronger. The return." As we, you think he returns next week on the live TV?
I'm not sure.
Brand new table for 3 out this week. Features Hall of Famer Tori Wilson, Carmella, and Mandy Rose.
Mandy. Did you watch it, Matt?
No, I actually forgot about it.
How do
you forget about Mandy?
Because I watched the Austin show.
What?
What?
I'll watch it later. Ain't no big deal. It's on the fucking network. It'll be
Yeah.
there forever.
Just thought you'd get all googly-eyed and go batshit crazy over Mandy.
Corey Graves is disappointed in you.
Yes,
I
he
don't
is.
give a fuck what Corey Graves is in me.
Whoa, that came out wrong.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. MLW's got a
Get your
pay-per-view.
mind in the fucking gutter.
It's always in. Major League Wrestling is going to have their first ever pay-per-view Saturday night super fight in Chicago, Illinois on November 2nd. And LA Park will be cashing in his title shot against Jacob Fatu on the pay-per-view. And you'll be able to watch that on all your pay-per-view characters too.
Characters. Okay.
Yeah, characters too, as well as Fight TV. And Speaking of Ric Flair, he says he signed a deal with Adidas. Okay. Woo.
To do what?
I don't know. Make shoes.
Geriatric shoes.
WWE's filed trademarks for some of these are kind of crazy that they've not filed trademarks yet, but Yowie Wowie, no surprise there, as they're going to put that on everything on this Halloween season, I bet. They've filed a trademark for the Firefly Funhouse. This one surprised me. Legit Boss. They did not have a trademark for that.
That's weird.
And they just filed a trademark for Monster Among Men. I'm surprised they didn't have a trademark for that yet either. So. Kelly Clarkson's show debuted in syndication this past week. Her very first guest was none other than The Rock. I saw The Rock talking about wanting to return to Madison Square Garden, but not to wrestle.
He's playing for the Knicks?
Maybe.
Okay.
Also added to the NXT on USA debut will be Killian Dane against Matt Riddle in a street fight. So that'll be added along with the North American title and the Triple Threat Women's match to kick off the first two special. Tickets went on sale for the first 4 NXT tapings, and all 4 sold out right away. Drew McIntyre was not seen backstage at MSG this week. For the second straight week, he's not been on TV. Word is making the rounds that he underwent minor surgery to fix a lingering injury after their recent Mexico tour. So the idea is to get the surgery out of the way so he's healthy going into television in October. Why is it important to be healthy going into television in October?
Unless you're probably about to get a title or something.
And wants to build towards the 2020 WrestleMania season where he should win the title there. I would think, but he's due. So he'll be back as soon as the doctors clear him, if you were wondering where he was. Speaking of NXT, WWE and Full Sail University have expanded their partnership. So Matt, didn't you mention the other day or something that their the contract with Full Sail was like running out? So you were wondering if they were going to go like.
No, it's not. It's not that the contract with Full Sail is running out. It's that they normally every time around WrestleMania year they're running stuff at Full Sail more regularly, which forces WWE to go tape elsewhere around the Florida area to get their shows done. So, I'm just curious what's going to happen when they expect to be taping live every week in Full Sail. What happens on those weeks that they can't get Full Sail? I'm just curious how that's all going to work.
Yeah.
They go elsewhere. I think that's partially why. Remember when they did the taping at Baltimore, Matt? I wouldn't be surprised if that was a practice.
Bel Air.
Just to see if that's a practice run, if they can do it outside of Full Sail.
I guess the expansion is just the fact that they're taping every week now instead of once a month. So maybe that's what the expansion was that they announced. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird press release from the WWE. After Raw went off the air this week, Austin put over AJ Styles, saying he's watched him for his entire career and there's no one like him in the ring. Offered Styles a beer out of friendship, and poor AJ took the beer. Then he ate another stunner.
Stunner!
And then he took the house mic and put over Sal from Impractical Jokers and did a beer bash with him. Sal, of course, was on the second episode of Straight Up Steve Austin. A ton of trademarks for NXT superstars have been applied by the WWE. Basically everybody. Everybody that's new and noteworthy. From Joaquin Wilde, Jackson Riker, Damian Priest, Dominic Dijakovic, Angel Garza, Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, Xia Li, Io Shirai, Vanessa Bourne, Tayanara. Yeah, it looks like she's losing the Conchi part. How about this? The Rock and Roll Express are going to make their New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. When
I am not looking forward to that.
What the fuck are they thinking?
When Fighting Spirit Unleashed United States Tour Goes through Lowell, Massachusetts, and New York City and Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's going to be my bathroom break, and I'm going to the bar.
Oh, you're going to those
Yes.
shows?
Yeah, I'm going to the Philly show.
Oh my God.
Announced for those Northeastern dates.
Real New Japan wrestlers, ladies and gentlemen.
Except Okada's not appearing in Philly.
I'm not looking forward to seeing him anyway, as long as I see my man Tranquilo.
Tanahashi, Ibushi, Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Tetsuya Naito,
Yes.
Evil, Sanada, Takagi, Bushi, Jay White, God, and Kenta.
Oh my God, I get to see Jay White.
Leader
I'm
of
gonna
the
get
Bullet
his
Club.
autograph for Matt.
Just let me go. I'll kick him in the dick.
I'm with it. I'm fully with it. I support this message.
When is this show?
September 29th.
What day is it? Oh, damn, that's not too far off.
Yeah, end of the 2 weeks, but a little over 2 weeks.
Are there still tickets available, or is it sold out?
That bitch is sold out.
I'm sure I could find one if I wanted to get a ticket, though.
I don't know.
I'm sure they StubHub the ECW arena.
Everybody's got a price.
No, they didn't do that with Ring of Honor, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well, it's Ring of Honor
Well, the only thing about it is
the
also
fucking show's on sale.
well, the only thing about it is also there's no standing room for this show.
Well, I wouldn't want to stand anyway.
Yeah.
So
I found out what Rock was talking about with MSG. Jorge Masvidal from USC said he's telling Dana White he wants The Rock to put the belt around his waist at MSG for UFC 244.
He's not. Nate Diaz is going to beat his ass.
And Rock said, doing all I can to make this fight, and if I can and you win, I'll put the belt around your waist. Consider it done. So
don't waste your time, Rock.
The Rock
Nate
answered him and
Diaz
said,
gonna beat your ass.
The Rock said he'll do it. He'll do it. Chris Jericho cutting a promo on AEW's Twitter channel how he doesn't like Cody or his family. But he likes the bubbly.
oh boy.
Britt Baker with a new T-shirt. Welcome to Britsburg.
I like that. Very clever.
Yeah, got the Steeler colors and Britt Baker's logo on it, and pretty
Matt
cool.
Black will have that shirt.
Probably not.
If you watch SmackDown, you realized Elias's injury broke his ankle. I think's what I heard.
When and where did he do that?
Mexico tour.
Nice.
So this PW Insider report that came out at 4:25 says injury to his ankle, but Tom Phillips, I swear, said broken ankle.
Yeah, he did.
So that's gonna be a while. Hey, Monday Night Football's here, so Monday Night Raw's ratings took a deep dive into the tank, and Stone Cold Steve Austin couldn't really save it.
Both those games were good last night.
Oh yeah, they were. I loved them both. I fell asleep during the last one, but God, the ending of New Orleans and Houston was fire.
Fuck the Saints.
WWE lost about 400,000 viewers from last week. It dropped from 2.507 million to 2.13 million. Even hour one, well, obviously Monday Night Football started early with the doubleheader at 6 Central. So even with Austin kicking it off, hour one, 2.36 million. That's still a sharp 250,000 less people than hour one of last week. And hour number 3 of Raw last week, 1.845 million. Ouch. There hasn't been a third hour of Raw that low since New Year's Eve of 2018. Ouch. Bum 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 bum. NXT from this past week. Not much to talk about in terms of matches. Nothing really to progress. Obviously, because we're getting ready for the live show next week. So this was kind of kind of a, let's get through this week, but a hell of a main event between Adam Cole and Jordan Miles for the NXT Championship, wasn't it?
Yes.
A couple guys that are familiar with each other. What do you guys think of the future of Jordan Miles on NXT?
Bright.
Very bright.
Good, yep. Dude's a talent. There's a whole lot of ROH ties to this week. Viking Raiders coming to the aid of Cedric Alexander. Adam Cole taking on Jordan Miles. Poor
NXT, majority of NXT stars since its conception have been ROH stars.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw this week kicking off with Stone Cold Steve Austin moderating the contract signing between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, and AJ Styles interrupts, and I think you can add AJ Styles to the list of people that sold the Stunner great, right?
Good shit, pal.
That was a great flop. That was a pop too. Holy crap. What'd you guys think of that opening segment with Austin?
It's pretty cool. Good to see a stunner. AJ Styles making fun of Austin was pretty funny.
Old fart. Stop a boat, old enemy. I
think you should let Gallows do it.
yeah. AJ Styles took on Cedric Alexander after eating the stunner, and that ended in a DQ. But that's going to be a precursor to something later on, because I have a feeling we're going to have a U.S. title match here.
They already announced it.
Did they already announce it after the pin?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they already announced it. It's Cedric Alexander and AJ Styles for the the United States title. My apologies.
Sasha Banks and Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. I thought almost this could have main evented Raw, but maybe it's a good thing it didn't with only 1.8 million people watching it, huh?
That was a good match. I enjoyed it.
I did too. That was a lot of fun. What do you guys think of the Bayley heel turn so far?
I'm cool with that. It's confusing though because she says she's still trying to be a role model. And
yeah, and the buddies are still popping up and shit.
Yeah, like you're still trying to appeal to kids. I don't know.
It's a weird direction to take. I was all for the heel turn. Not sure how I feel about how they're handling it so far. But I'm not willing to give up on it quite yet.
Yeah. We got a rare sighting at Grand Metalik taking on Rey Mysterio. That was a pretty decent match.
Dude, anytime we don't have to see the Lucha House Party is a good week of TV.
It was just Metalik by himself, so, I mean, hey.
Yeah, but I still had to hear that terrible theme.
True.
Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. You son of a bitch.
Sorry.
And none of us are surprised that Baron Corbin won that triple threat in the King of the Ring, huh?
I told you Corbin's winning the whole thing.
I'm still holding out hope for Gable.
King Gable. But yeah, I think it's going to be... King Corbin is got more booking potential than King Gable.
Freddie, Willing, and Gable.
Firefly Funhouse. See You in Hell, talking about rattlesnakes, and we didn't see The Fiend at all this week. What the hell, guys?
No, he was on... We still got Bray on Raw.
Yeah, I meant The Fiend. He didn't attack Austin like we all thought, like people thought he would. Didn't attack Taker.
As soon as he put the tweet out, I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that was just... You were giving it away. That this wasn't gonna go down. So, because if that was actually going to happen, there would have been no tweet about it. It just would have happened.
Yowie wowie.
Yeah, when Wyatt hit that clock and it said 11:19, everybody's like, "Oh, Undertaker debuted on 11:19."
Yeah, people are desperate to overread into things.
Yes.
Like, I didn't think for 1 second that he was going to come out and attack the fucking Undertaker. So...
Well, it's pretty clear that the direction is, I think we're heading to Hell in a Cell with whoever wins the Universal title. Then a big 10-man tag match to end it, and Austin coming out with doing a beer bash with the winners, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Eric and Ivar, and Cedric Alexander to close the show on a fun, happy note. Pretty good addition of Raw from MSG, don't you say?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's better than SmackDown.
Yeah,
Word, son.
SmackDown, man, SmackDown.
Wasn't good. I'm hoping they're just saving all their good content for October. Because
Boy,
Yeah, let's
damn.
just bullshit USA for a little bit until we go to Fox.
I'm
boy,
hoping so.
boy. Yeah, I was like, of all people to interrupt the Undertaker, Sami Zayn. I'm like, oh, good night.
Let's go.
Sammy's gonna die. And how many people sighed when Shane McMahon inserted himself into the King of the Ring tournament like he inserted himself in the Best of the World tournament?
Rather than insert himself in a blender.
Ooh, that's harsh.
I couldn't think of anything else at the moment.
Nikki Cross took on Mandy Rose, as Matt mentioned earlier, with Nikki Cross getting the win there. Will that lead to Booking 101? I don't know.
Damn well better.
I mean, if that's the case, then, Bailey wins on Sunday.
I think Bailey does win on Sunday.
What do you think about this whole Eric Rowan thing?
I think they desperately want me to care, and I don't.
It was a pretty good brawl, though. Give it that. Tonight was that was one of the highlights of the show. And then they had Kofi and Randy calling it the power of positivity bullshit. It got beeped though, which led to a reenactment of 10 years ago at MSG when Kofi did the boom drop through a table. Unfortunately, they had to find. Good thing there was a backup table there, huh?
Yeah.
And the end of the show, Shane McMahon and Chad Gable, and Gable hit a German suplex and got the victory after 20 seconds, and Shane now calls it 2 out of 3 falls, and KO started playing by Shane's rules with slow counts for Gable and all sort of fast counts for Shane, but there wasn't much he could do when Gable put him in the ankle lock and Shane tapped out, so then Shane fires KO. So that KO's going to come in through it with a Zamboni next week, right?
Give me a hell yeah.
It's like, we know he has a 5-year deal, so we know he isn't really fired. Be funny if he shows up on NXT, though.
True shit.
All right, boys. 11 matches are on the card for Clash of Champions, where every championship is defended, including the 24/7 championship, which hasn't really gotten an official word yet, but they say it's going to get defended, which, who holds that now? Shit. R-Truth got it back from Ennis Cantor, right, on Monday?
Yeah.
I kind of like how they're celebs and athletes and people are winning that title. I think it's kind of funny. But let's run down that card. Matt just gave us his prediction for this one. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley against Charlotte Flair. I agree. I think Bayley comes out retaining the title here, Daryl.
Yeah. Bayley.
And the reason being is for the Raw Women's Championship, I think Sasha Banks is going to defeat the man Becky Lynch, and I think the Boss and Hug connection as heels are walking out title holders. Matt, do you agree?
I do agree, because I think Becky's being moved to SmackDown on Fridays.
Aha.
With the draft returning in October.
Yep, there is a draft.
So you gotta get the red brand title off of her to move her on different to a new night. So yeah, I do think Sasha's going to beat Becky on Sunday.
And it sounds like the brand split is going to be a permanent. Ain't no wild card bullshit, right?
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's how it stays.
D, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Sasha wins.
Tag team titles, Raw tag team titles. Braun and Seth against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. D.
Seth and Braun, I think they lose.
Matt?
It makes sense for them to lose, but holy crap, I don't want to see Dolph Ziggler drag Robert Roode down into mediocrity, but I guess he's already there, so bring on the title change. Why the hell not?
Did he say drag him into mediocrity?
Mediocrity would be a step up for Roode at this point in the WWE.
No bullshit.
I'm going to disagree. I God, they threw that team together so quickly, but they did that with Seth and Braun too. I think for some weird thing, after they face each other for the Universal title, they're still going to be tag champs. I think there's going to be some kind of odd story there. I'm going to have Seth and Braun retain here. Is my feeling on that one.
It would be a nice surprise that I wouldn't see coming.
We know Matt's pick for this one, so there's no use of Matt having to say it again unless you really want to say it again. Women's tag team titles: Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Mandy. I think they're well overdue for holding those titles. So I think Fire and Desire is going to get the win as well. D.
Mandy.
Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan, no DQ match. Matt?
Roman, come on.
Roman Reigns.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I could. There could be some chicanery, but yeah, I think Roman wins this one. D.
Same.
Intercontinental Championship match: Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz. I over the past week, I feel like The Miz is going to win this. It's weird. And then Booking 101, Nakamura Ken Sasha's The Miz after his match with Andrade. I kind of feel The Miz is going to win this one. D?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, dude.
Yeah.
I think they want that record. That's Jericho holds that record right now, right?
He sure does.
They're tied.
Yep. So Vince was like, "Well, damn, pal, I can take that record away from Chris. Let's do it."
I got my own
Vince,
little bit of the
we've been
bubbly.
burying you for the past 5 months, but we're gonna put the Intercontinental title on you.
Are they tied? No, it would tie.
No.
It would tie Jericho.
No. Yeah, he's tying Jericho.
Yeah, well, he would tie Jericho, and then they'd let him win it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it comes down to. They put the title on Miz, you have him drop it real quick at like Survivor Series, and he wins it back at TLC.
If Miz wins the title and holds it for 3 weeks, 21 days, he will pass Pedro Morales for the most combined days champion in the history of the Intercontinental Championship.
He came to play.
Just
Pretty cool with that.
a little trivia for you guys there. SmackDown Tag Titles, The Revival against The New Day. D.
New Day.
Matt?
I didn't even know this match was happening, so I'm going to say New Day.
Yeah, I think it kind of is a result of the feud with Randy and Kofi.
Yeah, I seriously, it makes sense. But I swear I didn't even know this match was happening until you just brought it up.
I think, I don't know, Big E and Xavier being so beat up, I'm going to put the Revival over on this one because Xavier's been out of action since they attacked him. Big E's been hurt, got hurt by those guys. I fully see the Revival winning this match, so I'm going that way. Cruiserweight Championship Triple Threat, Drew Gulak, Humberto Carrillo, and Lince Dorado. I like Carleo, but I think I'm gonna keep it on Drew Gulak here. D.
Seeing as though that where Drew Gulak hails from, and that team is actually playing that night too, I'm going with an all Philadelphia sweep. Drew Gulak.
Matt?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Double WWE championship. Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, D.
Kofi.
Matt?
No contest. This is either going to end in a disqualification or a count out. This shit's going to Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
And that's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, the booking 101 would suggest Orton wins, which I do not agree with. This ends at Hell in a Cell, which I do.
Yeah,
agree with.
this ends in Hell in a Cell, and this match ends in a no contest, whether it be DQ, count out, whatever. Like even if Orton wins, like it will be by DQ or count out. Like there's not going to be a title change. In Orton winning by DQ or count out would make sense to set up the reason why he would get another shot at Kofi.
Yep.
Which would settle it in Hell in a Cell, which Kofi should ultimately win.
Yes, I fully agree. And singles match for the WWE Universal title: Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Matt.
I'd like to see Braun win it, but I don't see them doing it, so I guess Seth's gonna retain.
Yeah, I feel like
I'd rather see Braun get it, to be honest.
I do too, but I think if they're having the Fiend challenge, I think it's going to be Fiend and Seth.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think
I don't
Seth
want to
wins.
see I don't want to see the Fiend in Braun.
Yeah. D.
I'm with you both. I'd rather have Braun win it, seeing as though every time he goes for the Universal title, he loses.
Yep.
But yeah, for promotional purposes, we're going to go with Seth Rollins.
And Kushida made his...
Maybe the Fiend gets involved in costs.
Maybe it's triple threat.
Braun the title.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
We'll see.
As the Fiend decided he would rather face Rollins than face Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he want that smoke.
We want the
smoke.
We want the smoke. That's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday, but sometimes we are on at different days. So you just want to, subscribe. Make sure you know when that new episode comes through. Also on the YouTube, links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/lostinthemidcard. Also on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. And Matt's on the Twitter at RawFShowtime. Daryl is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. I am on the Twitter at JBHuskers. Give us all a follow as well. And before we ride off into the sunset, look forward to Clash of Champions this Sunday. Daryl, what are your final thoughts?
I won't be watching. I'll watch it Monday because I have better things to watch.
Oh, some team called the Eagles, huh?
Yeah. That team that's 1-0, unlike the Bears.
Championships aren't won in week 1.
Word.
Matt, what's your final thoughts?
Fuck Antonio Brown. That's my final fucking thoughts.
That's a
Final fucking thoughts.
that dude's something else.
Makes Randy Moss look like a fucking model ass citizen.
It makes Terrell Owens look like one.
Go Browns.
Oh, absolutely. The Mr. 84 just bounced up to the top of the list of the worst
Divas.
fucking diva wide receiver of all time.
Which one of y'all said Randy Moss looked like a
model citizen?
Randy Moss was a model citizen.
Straight cash,
Oh, yeah.
homie.
Fucking you want to compare him to AB? He sure as fuck was.
Shit, I would have compared him more so than daggone. I would have said T.O. more than anybody, or Chad Johnson. Not Randy. Randy was awesome.
Well, he did kick that parking meter attendant once, didn't he, or something? Or hit him with a car.
Yeah. He
Details.
moaned Bear. Yeah, he moaned Vikings. I mean, he moaned Packers fans, wasn't it?
But it was a fake moon. He didn't really do it, did he?
No,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
just
It was a
pass
fake
Like
Right.
I thought he was like the
Bad.
fake thing.
Yeah, I wanted to pull him and show my ass cheeks. That was cold out there.
Yeah, if it was Green Bay, man, ass cheeks get frostbit.
Ass cheeks got stuff frozen to the goalpost.
All right. For Daryl, for Matt, this is Jeremy. Thank you for tuning in to Lost Midcard. We'll be back at you next week with our Clash Champions reaction.